Welcome to the Sterling Stream. Let's take a look at the fall play and how it's coming along.
Chaotic. No, I'm kidding. The rehearsals start off with, first we try to block the entire show, which is tell them exactly where to stand and what they have to do. And then once we do that whole process, then we go back and we start to do it in segments so that they learn how to go from one place to the next and how they interact with each other, what they have to do, and that way that when they're memorizing lines, their movements go with the lines and it's easier for them to understand what they're doing.
We'd been looking at this one for a couple of years. I'd actually looked at it for contest play before and couldn't quite figure out how to cut it. But we loved the historical aspect of it, the fact that it was true, the fact that it is a small cast that plays multiple characters. I think it's a good challenge for people, an opportunity to show off what they can do, and an opportunity to stretch us as directors as well.
Why did you choose to audition for the fall play?
Well, I've done it since sophomore year and I wanted to end the school year or my career doing it, so I decided to tackle it again. And also there's just a completely different methodology and energy compared to the musical per se that I just love tackling, and the play just is an awesome challenge.
What are you most excited about?
I'm most excited about getting to bond with the rest of the cast and for putting on a good show.
Be sure you get your tickets to the fall play. Have you ever felt like you've seen the same person in the hallway twice? Let's go to Kale for some S.H.S lookalikes.
Wow, that fall play sure does look good. Speaking of looks, let's look at some S.H.S lookalikes. If you didn't see it before, you'll see it now. Let's hand it off to the ASL Spotlight.
Thanks, Kale. Wow, those people really do look alike. Now let's go talk to the sign language teacher. Question, what made you want to learn sign language?
So I always knew I wanted to be a teacher, and then I wanted to do something that was specialized, and then I watched a movie called Children of a Lesser God when I was in 8th grade. And I really liked sign language and I wanted to learn more about it. And so when I got into high school, I learned that I could be a teacher that works with deaf and hard of hearing. So that's kind of how I got into it.
Why do you think sign language is important?
Well, sign language is the main mode of communication for many individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing. It's not necessarily all deaf and hard of hearing people's mode of communication.
Yeah.
But I think it's something that anybody and everybody could learn. They really encourage it for babies because babies they don't really start talking till they're around 2 or 3. So if you start teaching sign language to a baby, even at 1 month, 2 months, they can start signing back to you around 6 months. So they understand language, they just can't speak until they're 2 or 3. So sometimes it's really good to learn sign for the baby so that they can communicate.
How much education and work did it take to know sign language and teach it?
So I'm technically a teacher for students who are deaf or hard of hearing. So I'm certified to teach kindergarten through 12th grade for deaf students. I started learning sign language when I was in 8th grade, just because that's what I knew I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But back in those days, we didn't have the internet, so I was learning from a book. So it was really kind of hard. So it wasn't really until I got into college that I started to learn sign language. And I did my bachelor's was for 4 years at McMurray College. And then I also did some time at the Illinois School for the Deaf, where I kind of picked up most of my sign language communication skills.
Yeah.
But I've been now teaching since 1997, and I would say I still am learning sign language as we go on.
If you didn't choose this career, what would you do?
Now that I am older, I would have loved to get into some type of forensic science. So to kind of be like a profiler kind of thing too, like that
Yeah.
kind of interests me. Like find the criminals and get into their minds.
Yeah.
I would have done that.
Okay. How do you do your name in sign language?
Okay, so there's a difference between like just signing my name and then doing a name sign.
Yeah.
So to spell out my name, like if I were to first meet you, I would say my first name is Jennifer, Jennifer, and then my last name is Curran. But I have two name signs. So my first name for Jennifer, I do Jennifer.
Yeah.
And that was given to me by a deaf friend because I'm part Eskimo. So they did with a J around my face. And then for school, because you don't normally call teachers by their first name, and I keep on signing, my name sign is Miss Kern, so it's MC. And that was something one of my first students had given me as my name sign.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks, Ms. Curran. Now let's take a look at some of our teachers' hidden talents.
Thanks, Braden. Let's go look at some S.H.S.
Привет, меня зовут Юра, я могу разговаривать на русском.
Wow, S.H.S have some really cool hidden talents. Let's pass it on to Braden.
Wow, our teachers have a lot of good hidden talents. Now let's take a look at the Carball family tree. If you didn't know we had a whole family in our school, now you do. Now here's your reminder for your senior pictures.
So seniors, make sure you get those pictures sent in. Recently, S.H.S started doing a mental health lunch talk on Wednesdays. So let's see this new addition to S.H.S. So here's some information about the Mental Health Matters Lunch Brunch group. They meet every Wednesday for both A and B lunches. They're usually either in the large conference room or the reference room in the library. They discuss things like mental health stigma and why mental health is important, as well as coping skills, stress management, anger management, and other things. They like to promote an open group discussion as well, so if there's a certain topic or point that a student wants to address with the group, they are able to. There is no signed or formal confidentiality that comes along with the group, but the group is reminded every week to be respectful of others and do not openly discuss other students' information without their permission. So don't be worried about anyone sharing any secrets in this group. If a student meets individually with their counselor or social worker, there is a confidentiality piece that does not come along with the meeting in the group. A group setting is different because you are able to get feedback from peers and discuss topics in a general sense rather than a specific individual sense. Students are able to grow and learn from others in a group setting. Feel free to drop by if you feel the need to talk about anything. For the Sterling Stream, I'm JJ signing off.